Hello. Welcome to LetMeBoreYouToSleep.com.
Oh, that sounds like a new website.
It is a new website.
Oh.
My name's Jason Newland. I haven't made a video for a while. I'm going to put this down. That's it. Not so much light in my eyes. I don't know what the picture's like. Hope it's okay. Just having a look to see what's... What is that? There's stuff in the background. I suppose I can crop it. Anyway, so hello. This is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Vinny's over there. I'm here. And my stomach just made a weird noise. For some reason. So I got this set up. I got my microphone, which I guess you can see. And my stomach is making some weird sounds tonight for some reason. So I'm not quite sure what time it is. It's about 8 o'clock on Saturday, I think it's the 5th. Yeah, I think it's the 5th of September, 2025. And the backdrop, in case, because I'm going to have to maybe put some kind of backdrop on the video, to make it look a bit better, because to be fair, that looks awful. It's not mould on the wall, it's just the felt from where the soundproofing used to be. That's what that is. Spent most of the day when I was awake working on my website and making some changes. In fact, I'm going to go through it now, so just so I can sort of tell you what I'm up to. One of the things I've been doing is trying to upload all of my recordings onto Google Drive. I've got 2 terabytes, and so far I've used 546.19 gigabytes. So it's kind of going quite well, actually. I'm just thinking though. To Let Me Bore You to Sleep, did they all Let Me Bore You to Sleep? How many did I get on there? 151 to 1200. Right, so I've got 1200 Let Me Bore You to Sleep audio recordings on this drive. Vinny, what are you doing? It's making some strange sounds. The other thing I've been doing is, because I've been working on my podcast, which is now the main podcast that I'm doing. I've decided, because I'm not going to be having ones with music anymore, so I've decided that instead of doing like 6 different versions and all that stuff, just do one recording, but make it 10 hours long. So without music, so the recording however long that lasts, and then the bits at the end where I'm just talking and counting down and doing body scans and stuff like that. So I've been changing over all of the different podcasts that are on my podcast. It's taken a while, So now I'm going to do, I'm back on the 24th of August, so I've not really done that many, but I can change the actual recording that's on there. 1421. 1421. So no music, 10 hours. Okay. Vinny woke me up. So that's good. So I've got that. That's uploading now. Other than that, I've been working on my website, LetMeBoyToSleep.com, and trying to update the amount of Let Me Boy to Sleep audios, MP3s that you can download. Because at the moment, I've got 1,296 on there that you can download for free. So, and I've got, I couldn't even tell you what I've got altogether. Yeah, I can. Let me have a look. 1296. 1,428. So still quite a lot to do, which is fine. So 1296, 1297. This is what, 160, 150, something like that. So it's going to probably take a few days to get that done. And then again, I'm just uploading the 10 hours without any music. So you can download that for free. I don't know why I'm making a video. I don't know why I look so hot, because I'm not hot. I'm just naturally red all year round. It's It's a beautiful thing. Ooh. Yeah. I'm trying to make changes. Trying to make some changes. Oh, by the way, did I say only listen to this or watch this when you can safely close your eyes? Yes, it's very important. Because now I don't understand why. I don't get it myself. But apparently some people find me boring. They find my voice to be sleepifying, as it were. I personally think that I've got an extremely active, vibrant, excitable even, invigorating voice. Maybe not. So yeah, that's kind of, I mean, really, imagine if you took me to court and said, oh, I watched his podcast and I fell asleep. I'm taking him to court because I fell asleep listening to his podcast. Oh, what was the podcast called? It was called Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Case dismissed, I do believe. It's weird that I need to tell people, but you don't. It's worth saying it anyway. I try and say it every single time. And I have done for like 19 years that I've been making recordings. Although I've not been making the Let Me Bore You to Sleep recordings for 19 years, but I have been doing them since 2018. So I've got, what's that? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So a few more months and it'll be 8 years that I've been doing this. Another October, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, 6 months. So I've been doing it 7.5 years. I've been doing these Let Me Bore You to Sleep. By the way, the windows open. 2 windows are open. So you may hear background sound. There's not really much I can do about that other than I suppose I could close the window, but it's kind of warm in here. I want the window open. I like the air, a bit of fresh air. Oh, look at that! It's 2 minutes to 9 p.m. I didn't think it was quite as late as that. I've only just eaten, like a little while ago. Itchy ear. So here's kind of what I've done. I have retired from making hypnosis recordings or hypnosis videos. And when I say retired, I was never an employed person doing it. What I mean is retired as in I'm not going to do it anymore. Unless I just feel like doing it, then I'll do what I want. But yeah, generally, my aim is to focus on these Let Me Bore You to Sleep recordings and videos. Moving on forward for the next 10 years or so, hopefully longer. So that's what I intend to do. And you can all watch me get old. It'll be brilliant. So I'm 55 now, just turned 55, blimey, 10 days ago. No. 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 days ago. So 9 days ago, I turned 55. And yeah, I did count on my fingers. So what? Why? Got an issue? Got a problem with that? Mm-hmm. So doing maths in my head, it's not so easy. I did go to school though. Hard to believe, but I did. 1297. So I'm going to try. This is going to be hard because I'm going to try and. Is what I'm doing here. I say I can't show you. I could show you how I'm doing it, and I think the camera might be a bit wonky, but sorry about that. I'm uploading the recordings to my website. So what I need to do now that's saved, I need to go back to 1296, do a duplicate, and then change it to 1297, cut out the copy bit, and then click as set as active. Then as it comes on, I need to change the description to 1297 with the date. Now I need to change the image to 1297. See? 1297. 1297. There's the image. Embed. That's the title of the recording. 5th of March 2025. I'm nearly caught up, so it's quite good. I had lots already done. So I just saved that. And now I'm going to go to add a digital file. Add a file, go to my downloads, because I've downloaded this from another podcast, and I'll upload it. In the meantime, I'm still working on changing the file on my podcast for Vinny Woke Me Up, number 1421, on the 24th of August. And at the same time as that, I'm in the process of uploading all of the stress and anxiety recordings. Where is it? Okay, stress, anxiety, and panic attacks. So it's 994 out of 1378 uploaded. So it's, so I'm kind of juggling these things together. Been doing it all day, but it's very, very boring. So I haven't been doing it all day. I have, but I haven't, if you know what I mean. It's just, I can do it for maybe half an hour, and I just, it's really, really tedious. So what I do now is I go back to the podcast 1297, So I look for $12.98. I go down there and I found the No Music 10 Hours. So this is Book Thief. Okay, so I copy this, copy the title, and then I download the episode. And that's what I will upload to the website. There's a method here. It's not particularly interesting method. Well, I'm getting sweaty. I wonder why that is though, because the TV's off. The TV generates a bit of heat. There's two lights. One's over there, but it's not shining on me because it goes right. My glasses just turn into these big. I look like Superman. You know what I mean by that is like I'm about to shoot lasers out of my eyes. That kind of Superman. I mean, obviously I look like Superman all the time, body-wise, clearly. Oh dear. And I'm trying to make this kind of conversion over to, or transferring over to doing the Let Me Boy to Sleep only. Now, what I realised is some people will still want to be able to listen to the thousands of hypnosis recordings I've made over the years, over the last nearly 20 years. So what I've done is I'm also trying to upload those onto the website, and it's going to be under the archive. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Makes sense. But I've got no intention of making any more hypnosis recordings. Now, this is kind of what I said yesterday as well, but I keep going back and forward with it. And when I say the Let Me Boy to Sleep, I'm still going to be doing boring objects, still be doing Trivia Tuesday, still be doing Q&A Friday, all the things that that some people that watch or listen to me rather, because I normally don't make videos anymore. I used to, and I've just been uploading the podcasts to YouTube. But now, I don't really know why I've done it tonight, but for some reason I decided to just do it. And here I am. What can I say other than sorry? What has happened? What's going on? This is weird. That wasn't supposed to happen. $12.98. I'm just getting a little bit confused now. $12.98. So I need a picture. $12.98. Book Thief. No, can't. I'm trying to upload a video. See, I'm getting very distracted. It's very hard to focus on what I'm doing. Book Thief, Book Thief, Book Thief. That's the one. And fill in that as well. I could show you what's on my screen, but that'd be even more boring than telling you what's on my screen, I think. Well, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe maybe that is a good thing. Ooh. So I've taken video out 3 times today. It's been a nice day, actually. Last night, all glorious. Took him out around 7 o'clock. About 7 o'clock. 6, 7. It was so nice. So peaceful, a little bit of a breeze. Saw some dog walkers that I kind of see fairly regularly, so that's nice. And it was just nice. It was like almost like the perfect weather. You know? I'm not saying for every single day of the year, unless it rained in the evening, then because we do need, rain and stuff. But for an early evening walk, an early evening, it was just really nice. Very calm. What's this Friday night? 'Cause it's Saturday now. So this was yesterday, Friday. 12.99. See, I'm still focusing. 12.99. No music, 5 hours. No music, 10 hours. Now, I understand this might, for those that are used to listening to me on my podcasts, it might be a bit strange making these changes, but my aim is to make a new recording every day. Possibly a new video every day. I don't know. Maybe. Possibly. Potentially. Maybe. And I think I'm far enough back from the camera to kind of make it work. If the camera's too close, it's just like really, it's just far enough away back. Because I've got it attached to the other end of the desk, or the other side of the desk. It seems to be okay. Yeah, seems alright. I didn't even check to see if there's any boxing on. Is there any boxing on tonight? Boxing tonight. One day ago. Boxing on TV. Saturday. Oh, there is. But that's in America. Dip. Oh, what? I'm missing the boxing. I'll watch it tomorrow because I'll be in bed. When I finish this, I'll be going to bed. So I'll watch it tomorrow. It's McCormack against Ramirez. Damn it. I'm kind of a little bit... I know that there's boxing on next week because it's a big one next week. It's... what's his name? Canelo Crawford. I've got it in front of me. I did know it, but it's handy to have that memory. That's next Saturday, but that's early hours of the morning. And I've got to watch it live because it's a huge fight. It's for boxing. It's a huge fight. I wonder what the undercard is for Canelo. Mabili against Martinez. Walsh against Vargas, Bohachuk against Adams, Deichko against Franklin, that's a heavyweight, Nelson against Santana. So I don't really know. I know Franklin, heavyweight. I don't really know a lot of them. Mabili, super middleweight. Super welterweight, heavyweight, super middleweight, super featherweight. Yeah, I don't know. And then Crocker Donovan's on vacant IBF World Welterweight Championship. That's on the Saturday night as well, but that's on UK time. Oh, yeah. Cool. Saturday the 13th. I thought it was the 12th. Oh, it's the 6th today. It's not the 5th, it's the 6th. Wow, I've never been so excited at being wrong with the date. I don't know why. Right, let me change. So now 1298 is uploaded. So now I need to change it over. Do a duplicate. See? I wish I could show you the intricacies of what I'm doing online, and maybe I will in the future. Maybe I'll, because there is a way of, recording the screen. I forget the name of the, what is it? Descript. I could use to do that. So technically, I could do that and have my little head, my little head. It's not very little. It's quite a big head, but in the corner is my face going.
And now I'm doing this. Look, I'm moving the cursor. And now I'm going to press enter.
It wouldn't be that exciting, but it's, you know what I mean? It might be worth doing. I mean, I suppose technically I could perhaps start playing chess. Maybe drafts. Let's start off with drafts. And maybe do that online. I don't know. Oh, that didn't work. I tried to upload. Nope. Why am I doing this? It's because I'm not concentrating. That's why. Upload new. So it is $12.99. So this is the image that I'm trying to upload from my archives. $12.99. And this is for Q&A Friday from the 7th of March 2025. Save that. And now what I do is I upload, this is more actions, add digital file, and then go to downloads, change the file name, and now upload it. And now go back to 1,300. Oops. 1,300. Okay. And it's just continuously doing that over and over and over and over and over again. It's not the most stimulating thing to be doing. However, once it's done, I will feel quite good about it, because once I've completed all of these and done the same with all the old hypnosis stuff, then the job's done, and all I need to do is just upload one new recording every day, or every time I make a recording, a Let Me Bore You to Sleep recording, which is easy. Yeah, so should be fine. That's what I think. Ooh, the podcast, which is now on SoundCloud, is saved. So I now go to Good Morning 1420. So I need to replace that file. So go to 1420, which will be in my downloads. 1420, 10 hours. Oh, nope. No music, 10 hours. Good morning. That's it. 23rd of August 2025. It says that's just kind of what I'm doing. This is, as I said, it's not the most exciting job, but it's not a job, but to do. A jobby. I'm doing a jobby. Once it's done, then I can start focusing on. I'd like to improve the Let Me Bore You to Sleep recordings. Maybe have a bit of a structure to them, but then maybe, possibly, no structure is the correct way to go. I'm not sure, because even if I was to try to introduce more of a structure, it would still be unstructured, if that makes any sense. it's not going to be, it's still going to be all over the place. So, I mean, there's a degree of structure when it comes to, if I do Q&A Friday, so I ask questions, post some questions on my Jason Newland's Boring group, my Facebook group, so you can ask me some questions and I'll answer them on Friday. And I'll pretty much, I think I had a couple of weeks off in the summer during my stuff that went on, but generally I've been pretty much consistent 99% of the time with the Q&A Fridays. I've done a lot of them. Trivia Tuesday, which is more of a recent one, but apart from the last few weeks, I've been, getting more consistent, but technically less consistent with that. But that's just because of how I've been feeling and what's going on. But Monday's Boring Objects, again, I was getting pretty consistent with those as well. So it is just something that I will hopefully continue to do. Right, so I'm just going to copy that, 1300. See, I do believe, what they call in the industry a multitasker. Yes. Oh, no. I remember, wow, years ago, right? When I was building websites and my own websites, but I'd spend thousands of hours working on this stuff every night. Not thousands of hours every night, but I'd finish work and I'd be spending all my evenings, all my weekends on building a website. And I knew when it was time to stop because I just kept making the same mistakes. Just little mistakes, but then it's almost like my brain just stopped working. So that was quite good to know. Then I realised that my brain never did work. Ooh, 1300. Sunday summary, 9th of March. 2025. Oh, fart. The newspaper. Fart heard from miles away. That's rude. That doesn't sound like me. I wouldn't have made an image like that, surely. 1300. So go to downloads, click on this. Ooh. Oh, that was nice. That's done. Now, this is probably quite a weird thing to watch on YouTube as a video, because I don't know. It's just me with my big pink face staring at you through the window. Like, no, it's weird. I don't know. The thing is, I think because with YouTube, the videos always get more views than the podcasts. Even if I upload a podcast, or if I do a recording with images, with spirals, whatever, a video with me in front of the camera gets more views than the other ones. And I don't understand really why. I understand it. I understand why some videos, not mine, but other people's videos, get lots of views, because, sometimes they're really attractive people in front of a camera, and it kind of wouldn't matter what they were doing. They would still have an audience. Maybe not the same amount of audience, but because that's superficial, but it's still true. It still would have an audience, because of how maybe people like seeing them. Maybe they've got a lovely smile, or they've nice ears. I don't know. That's not why I watch YouTube videos. I'll just let you know. I'm quite into AI videos. I like watching the artificial intelligence things. I have got a little secret pleasure. It's a dirty little secret. No, it's not. It's just, it's these auditors that go around on YouTube. They go around and basically film stuff. Film the police, or they get stopped by the police because they're filming in public, and the police don't know what the law is about it, and just things like that. I used to quite like that, but now the auditors have gone more into filming the public, going around to, especially like the protests and that's going on around the country, going into different parts of the country and different towns and cities, and it's kind of interesting because I get to see places that I wouldn't get to see normally, you know. I realise it's only from like one perspective, but then I've seen Manchester from quite a few different perspectives, different people with YouTube channels filming parts of Manchester or parts of London or parts of Leeds or Nottingham, Liverpool, Luton. So I've kind of, or Wales or Scotland, Edinburgh, Glasgow. So it's not that it means that I know what it's like to live there, because I don't. But it gives, it's weird. I kind of feel like I know my way around Manchester City. Because I have been there. I've been on a tram, 2005, I think it was. Went to a hypnosis course up in, it wasn't Manchester, but it was outside of Manchester. But I went to Manchester, so I had to go to Manchester from London, I guess. Was it King's Cross? Maybe. To Manchester, and then I had to get another train. Oh, was it Bolton? Not Bolton. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, I liked it. I liked the area. And the area I went to, not Manchester, but the area I ended up in, was kind of quite run down. But I didn't mind that. If that makes sense. That didn't really bother me. Oh, God, I just got a memory. Got two memories from going there. No, I've got three memories. Wow, and I've got a few memories now. Isn't that weird? I opened that little bubble, didn't I? On the way there, on the train, I was on one of the local trains. Once I got into Manchester, going to Bolton or to wherever it was I was going to, I can't remember. Bolton may be nowhere near Manchester, so apologies. But it was somewhere anyway. And these two young lads get on, and they couldn't have been, they looked like teenagers, and they sat down. I think one of them sat down opposite two girls. I guess they were also teenagers. Sat down, the other one sat on the other chair, and they said, one of them said to one of the late girls, he said, "You're really nice, you are. You're really pretty. I was wondering if I can have your telephone number." And she said, "Oh, I've got a boyfriend." Straight away, he looked at the other girl and said, "You're really nice as well. Can I have your number then?" And the whole train started laughing. I mean, literally, the train driver just stopped, walked through the carriage, and just high-fived him because it was funny. It was just so ridiculous. Both the girls were laughing as well. I was laughing. It was so well timed, and it wasn't weird. It wasn't creepy. It wasn't anything. It was just funny. The first bit, maybe, but it was like, can I have your telephone number so I can phone you? That's just like a really silly chat-up line anyway. But just to turn to her friend straight away, honestly, the girls were laughing, the boys were laughing. I've already said this. I mean, there were people when the train stopped and the doors opened. There was people on the platform laughing. That's how good it was. People that hadn't even heard it were laughing. And then I remember I walked up to McDonald's. This was once I was off the train. And this was close to where I think I went to the hotel. This is strange, right? I'd get off the train, out the train station. And I've got this bag. It's quite heavy because I've got like 3 days worth of clothes and stuff. Probably my laptop and I don't know what else. Clogs and ironing board, parachute. Just general stuff that you take for a weekend away at our training course in hypnosis. And there's a taxi. So I stopped the taxi. I said, it was a taxi outside. I said, can you take me to this hotel, please? I didn't know where it was. That's something that I do. Is I'll give you a little secret. If you're going somewhere and you've never been there before, and when you get there, you've booked a hotel, but you've never been there before, so you don't know the area, you don't know where the hotel is, get a taxi. That's my little secret. I don't know if anyone else has cottoned onto this, but I think it was an idea that I came up with all by myself. So I said to this bloke, the taxi driver, can you take me to whatever the hotel was? I don't know what it's called, the Smelly Bogey or whatever it was. And he said, no, it's too close. I said, what? He says, not worth my while, it's too close. I said, can you just... My attitude is, if you're for hire as a taxi, not as a human, but as a taxi, you take me where I want to go. And if it's just charge me more, it doesn't matter. I would give tips anyway. But he's like, no, it's too close. Yeah, but that means you'll be back sooner then, doesn't it? No, I want a big fare. I want a long journey. Well, should go around the block a couple of times then. Huh? And he said, honestly, it's a couple of minutes walk. It's just across there. It wasn't. It was a good 15-minute walk with this big bag. Now, some people might have maybe done it in 3 minutes, but I've never been a quick walker. But anyway, I dropped my bag off, so I'm still a bit annoyed with that taxi driver. I mean, 20 years, I should let it go, shouldn't I, really? And, oh, look. No, it's still there. Just looking at my computer. Oh, yeah, I'm walking to the McDonald's. And it's kind of like on this hill, but there's all these trees around. And it's in the early evening, but it's kind of March time. So it wasn't dark, it wasn't light, it was kind of, middle-ish. And this would be on a Friday evening. So I left, it'd be Friday evening, so probably about 6 or 7. So I might have had that Friday off. Well, I'm walking up, and there's this man and this woman leaning against a tree. and the man's holding the woman. And the McDonald's staff are all just standing out watching. So there's a domestic going on. The staff aren't doing anything. They're just watching, just enjoying the show. So I go up to the bloke, because she's saying, get off me, get off me. So I go up and said, look, what's going on? You know, just like try and break it up. And I said, can you just let her go? He said, no, look. And she was holding him. She had a vice grip on a part of his body. So he wasn't going to let go of her until she let go of him. And after about 10 minutes of trying to negotiate with them, I just gave in. And I think the McDonald's staff just called the police, and I just went and had something to eat. I couldn't be bothered. Like, I'm trying to help. Trying to, you know, first of all, I thought she was in trouble. It turned out that he was more in trouble than she was. And yeah, I just like, but the staff, they were just like loving it. They had chairs out, eating popcorn and everything. So I'm trying to think of another memory of that place. Yeah. I remember the tram, because that was interesting, because I may have been on a tram when I was a kid. That is possible, because trams were around Were they around? When were trams around? When did trams stop in Newcastle? See if that 1950. Okay, so let's have a look. London. In London, 1952. So I was born 1970, so they definitely weren't there. London. What about Southend? Was there any in Southend? April 1942. So yeah, again, I'm not. Say Manchester. Trams in Manchester stopped operating in 1949. But no, because then it opened again in 1992. What? The modern light railway, Manchester Metrolink. So it isn't a tram. But it is a tram. It's kind of weird. I mean, a tram was a train, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, they still call it a tram in Manchester. They don't call it a train. They call it a tram. Because when I was in Amsterdam, trams in Amsterdam, it dates back to 1875. Wow. London. Right, 1952. The Croydon tram link was reintroduced in 2000. I think the camera is starting to move to one side, which is weird. Right. Vinny started barking, so I had to stop then. Bless him. Oh. Was it 1301? The thing is, he heard a cat meowing. He's kind of supposed to bark in that scenario, isn't he? Notice I've got 2 bottles of water now. He's supposed to bark. That's kind of his job, to be annoying. To let me know there's a cat outside. Why would I need to know that there's a cat outside? What possible reason could there be for me to be needing that particular information? Just asking. Asking for a friend. I'm ready for bed, to be honest with you. It's 20 to 10. I'm normally in bed by 10. Because I'm old now, innit? I'm old. $13.01. Yeah. I wonder how long it's going to take for me to get all to get all of this done, to get updated, because I quite like the idea of it being finished. Oh, I'm making some weird noises today. Yawning a lot as well. I don't know why I'm telling you what I'm doing when I'm doing it. You can hear and see what I'm doing. I don't know.
We don't know why. Anybody knows why? I don't know why.
13:01, 14. I'll probably get another 50 done tomorrow, 50. So probably by Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll have all the Let Me Boy to Sleep done. And then I can start working on some of the other stuff. I like to think that by the end of next week, I can have... Why do you keep making that weird noise? I don't want that noise. I'll turn the volume down. I like to think that I can... have it all done in time for the weekend next week. I'm trying to yawn quietly, although I just nearly broke my glasses. Ooh, good morning's done, so that's good. So I can now move down to the next one. This is on my podcast. Q&A Friday. 1419. So replace the file. 1419. No music. 10 hours. Yeah. It's going to take a while. This podcast on its own is going to take me probably a week or two to get that all updated. But once it's updated, it's good. I mean, the website, let's have a look. So I'll get rid of the boxing stuff. If I go onto the website, letmeboreyoutosleep.com, it's just got like on here, Let Me Bore You to Sleep MP3 collection. Hi, my name's Jason Newland. Welcome to your Let Me Bore You to Sleep series. Recordings of meandering, unscripted storytelling designed to quiet busy thoughts and guide you gently towards rest. And then it says what you can expect. Meandering, unscripted storytelling. Random yet strangely comforting topics. What do you mean random? Light humour, soft voice, and plenty of pauses. A calm, sleepy atmosphere where your thoughts can unwind. Whether you're listening in bed, lying on the sofa, or simply need a break from your thoughts, this series is here for you. For you. Listen only when safe. So please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. These recordings are designed to deeply relax you and may cause drowsiness. As like on the back of a peanut butter jar, may contain nuts. I mean, does it need to have that on there? Apparently so. Reminder, these recordings are not a substitute for medical treatment or professional mental health support. If you're under the care of a doctor or a therapist, please obtain their permission before using any hypnosis content. Discontinue listening if you experience discomfort or distress by continuing you acknowledge responsibility for your own well-being. I mean, that's really covers all of the stuff that's on the website, because, you know, all the old hypnosis stuff, which is a lot of stuff on there. Oh, so you got that, and then underneath there is basically a list of all the latest recordings I've done, the Let Me Bore You to Sleep recordings, and you can skim through them, skim all the way down for quite a long time, probably, to be honest. I don't know how far they go. Yeah, you can keep going down. I'm just going down and down. Just going down. Still going down. Still. Yeah, so it's taken me, I don't know how far back it goes, but, you know, quite a long time. And then, down at the bottom, hide bar, down at the bottom, there is search all LMBYTS recordings. And that means Let Me Bore You to Sleep. And the latest one is 1301, and there's images, and you can just view all, and it opens up the whole lot. And there's, what's there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 on a page. And there are 54 pages, or 24 on a page, 54 pages. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 24. So 24 on each page, and there's 54 pages. So that's good, isn't it? And then, yeah, cool. Blimey. There's a lot. That's a lot of recordings, you know, from number 1 onwards. It's like, you can also search. So I'm just wondering, I'm just going to search, see if this works. So LMB, let me, if I put in 150, so you got relax and sleep hypnosis daily, you got 150 Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Right, so there's a few to choose from, but you can definitely find it quite quick. So I'll stick on Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Cool. As my original picture, which was of a little baby. Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Perhaps I should go back to that original image. That was a good image. I think I might go back to that because that was a good image. Maybe I will. Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Let me save that image. Save. I just remembered I'm on camera, sorry I forgot. I hope I didn't scratch my bum by accident. I've never scratched my bum by accident, why would I say that? Ooh. Ooh. Right. That's being done. So I'll work on it later. So I think I might revert my Let Me Bore You to Sleep back to what it used to be, the original image of a little baby asleep. And because I changed it, I think I had one of Andre, and then I had one, well, I've got one of Vinny. Maybe if I keep one of the little baby, perhaps that'd be more better, you know? Better. Maybe. What have I got? 1301, 1302. I'm so behind. 1302, 1302. Childhood home tour. Wow. I remember doing that. I'm writing this. This is like 12th of March. Like nearly 6 months ago. And I remember making that recording. In fact, I remember the image, making the image, because the image is actually my house that I lived in. It's a picture, like a photograph of my actual house that I used to live in when I was between the ages of 9 and 15. And in the image, which you probably won't see unless you really look, you'll see it now if I mention it to you. Wait a second. I'll get the image up and I'll tell you exactly. Because there's some stuff I talk about in the recording. Okay, I just got to get the image first and I can tell you. So image 1302. 1302. So let's have a look. By the way, that's Vinny chewing on a bone, in case you're wondering what the noise was. So 1302. So this is Childhood Home Tour. And there's a picture. So you might not notice when you first look at the image. So it's a picture of my house. I mean, there's differences now because I've not lived there for, wow, like 39 years or something stupid like that. The house is still the same from the outside, from what I can see, but the doors are different colour and probably the windows have been redone. I don't know. So it does look different, but it's the same. You know, it's still probably, unless they've done an extension on the back, perhaps, you know. And it's going to look different inside because, you know, just places do, don't they? Now, if you open it really wide, you can see at the very top, there's me holding a pair of binoculars looking out. But you might not notice it when you first look at the image. Well, I say it's me, it's not actually me, but it's, oh no, what have I done? I've messed it up. Right, that wasn't supposed to happen. Right, that all went wrong. 1302. 1302. 1302. Right, so 1302. childhood home, so I'm going to have to go back and do that again. Damn. I'll change it back. But yeah, I like to do little things like that. Just, I don't know, it amuses me. Also, it fits in with some of the stuff I was talking about on the video, or on the recording rather. So 1302, let's have a look. And in that video, or that recording rather, I do give quite an in-depth tour of the property, because I kind of remember it quite well. I mean, I lived there for a long time. Downloads 1302. Change the name. There we go. And now, okay, still waiting for it to process. This is number 1419 on my podcast. It's boring, isn't it? It's very, very tedious stuff going through all this. But once it's done, I can just move on and do other things. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about the background. I might just leave it in there. But I'm pretty sure with the video editing software I can put in a different background. So I might just do that. At least for this video, and maybe in the future have do something different. I mean, you know, I could put a background in when there's dinosaurs just walking around behind me, but I don't know how realistic that would be. I'm not sure if you get fooled by it. So I'm wondering, so if I just search childhood, ovens, my childhood home, sleeping brought objects, ovens, why does that come up then? I'm just searching a website for things. So, Nan, nothing. School, nothing. Chip shop, search a chip shop, nothing. Now I'm wondering, I suppose if I was to put a description of the podcast and some of the subjects that I talk about on the Let Me Bore You to Sleep recordings, then when you search for stuff it might come up then. Ooh, it's possible, I suppose. I'm not sure. 1302, 1303. No music, 10 hours. This one's the Blackbird. 1303. Yeah. There must be some topic that comes up. Boring. Not sure what to do with your boy. It's 12 a.m. Buckinghamshire hypnotherapist. Your flat has now been sealed up. What? That's very weird. Your flat has now been sealed up. Wow, I forgot about these. I used to do a vlog, like a blog, called Dear Luke. And this is from February the 1st, 2024. Hi Luke, Yesterday, my little alarm bell, Vinny, warned me that something strange was occurring downstairs in your flat. I heard some banging, so I went downstairs to investigate. Well, what did me and Flipper find? Someone was changing the locks on your front door. I inquired as to who he was. Who he was. At first he seemed a bit put out by my questioning, but I explained who I was, and I was just concerned because of all the dodgy activity lately in the building. He told me that the neighbours had reported that the flat had been broken into and the contents were being removed early hours of the morning in a suspicious manner. So, which is true. So the council decided to lock it up and seal the kitchen window, which had neem, I think that's supposed to be bean, neem, Neem, which is neem used to gain entry a week ago. Bean used. Since then, the front door has been unlocked for anyone to come and go as they pleased. Your dad called me and asked if I could remove the 2 paintings that you'll value, and so this is me talking to Luke. Your dad called me and asked if I could remove the 2 paintings that you value and look after them until your sister can come and collect them. So I did that the day before. So now hopefully less traffic in and out of the building during the night. No more people creeping around about in the shadows. What is heaven like? I hope it's a bit warmer than our winters down here. Otherwise you'll be asking to move to hell, where it's warmer. You never did like the cold. It's okay for me, I'm a walrus. That's it really, I'm completely skint. Got paid yesterday and I only have 10% left to get me by. Bills, bills, bills. Funnily, I'm out of toilet paper, which is strange considering how much of the stuff I used to have a couple of years back. I was supplying the whole neighbourhood. Crazy. Oh yeah, I broke my toe again a couple of nights ago. I kicked the wall while streaming. I was kicking something that was chasing me. My big toe is a mess. I have difficulty walking, but other than that it's not too bad. Just another break to add to the list. As for your flat, the council have left a notice on your door saying that they are repossessing it on the 17th of February 2024. I think now they may be moving quicker. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new person in there by the end of the month. Vinny is waiting patiently for me to take him for a walk, so I'd better go. Take care. Wow, I forgot about that blog. When's the last time I did? Where? But where is the blog though? Back to blog, okay, back to blog. Local update. The last time I wrote anything was September the 8th, 2024. Right, okay, here we go. There's some swearing in this, so I won't read it out, the swearing bits. This is January the 9th, 2024. This is the first entry of Dear Luke. Hi mate, here I am sitting at my desk, 4:10 a.m. on a very cold January morning. It's been over six weeks since you effing died, you B. I'm swearing, I must have been grumpy. I still can't get my head around it. How can you actually be gone? I mean, you were sitting there just over 24 hours earlier chatting to me about all kinds of stuff. I've been told that when you went back downstairs and knocked on M's door, you seemed really upbeat. Em and E both said that you were joking around and quite manic. I did actually think that you were coming back upstairs, but after waiting a bit, I went back to bed as it was 3 a.m. or something silly like that. I think you woke me up at about 12:50 a.m. Very specific. So yeah, so he'd only popped in for a little while, 12:50. So he was with me till about 1:30, probably, and then he went downstairs and didn't see him again. You spoke about what would happen when you passed away, and some of that stuff actually played out exactly how you imagined, especially regarding what happened to your flat. I'm surprised the skirting boards haven't been ripped out. Imagine the staff at crack converters chatting during their tea breaks. This bloke came in trying to sell light fittings and a used toilet seat. He seemed very jittery, almost like there was something very important he needed to do. Yesterday he came in with a TV aerial cord. For sake of that particular exaggeration, I was trying to think of the one thing I normally see when I visit a potentially new room to live in. A TV aerial wire. Vinny is under my desk, pressed up against my leg, staring at me. Logie's still here as well. How come every time you mess up, it costs me? They're still happening even now you're gone. Knobhead. So yep, Logie's still here, and I couldn't really find anywhere for him as yet. Not that I put effort into it, to be honest. He is asleep on the sofa, on my seat, cheeky bugger. Technically your seat, because you gave me that sofa, but it's mine now, so there. Your boy has been pretty good. He still can't be left alone without constantly woofing. Woof, woof, woof. I can actually hear him from the park. Him and Vin get on most of the time, but they do have their arguments, which kind of surprised me as they always got on so well in the past. I think they just spent so much time together that occasionally they just have to have a punch up to clear the dust. My left shoulder is really aching today. I must have slept on it weirdly. Luckily I'm right-handed, so it won't ruin my love life. I'll tell you more about what happened since your demise around here and in the world later. Oh yeah, there was this thing that would have interested you. There's a 16-year-old darts player who made it to the world finals. He did amazing but ended up second. Huge amount of press for him. A lot of the papers keep going on about how old he looks, which is a bit rude, but he does look around 90. He had to have a nap between games. He didn't. I should go now because it's time for my ready brek and coffee. Yep, still having my regular breakfast. I am a man of habit, apart from when I'm not. So that's it for me. I'm not even sure I'll bother writing another one of these blogs, but I may do. I figure it might be a way of keeping our daily chats going. It may be a strange thing to do, but hey, I think I fit the bill for strange, so take care. I didn't realise Chrissy wrote, "This is a wonderful idea. It's good for you to go on living with the loss of Luke. I'd like this to continue. If you have the time and you're busy recording days, nights, you're a really kind, honest man with a great sense of humour. You help so many people. Be proud of yourself. Hope your day ahead is a good one, and the day after that, and so forth. Best wishes, Chrissy." Thank you, Chrissy. I genuinely have only just seen that. The thing is, people were reading it from around the world. I didn't know why they were reading it, because this was on my jasonnewland.com website, going back a while, a couple of years. Well, a year really, a year and a half. What's this? It's 2:13 a.m. I've been woken up again by Vinny and your giant dinosaur of a dog. They were both staring at me. I didn't know if they wanted to go into the garden for a toilet or if they wanted to eat me. Vinny was wearing a little white bib and was holding a knife and fork, but he often does. He calls that his casual look. It's really strange, I don't know why, but I have a different kind of outlook on life when I first wake up in the morning. Almost like I'm a different person. A little bit more blunter, a little bit more... I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. I watched a new Marvels movie, The Marvels, or whatever it's called. I think Disney may be ruining the whole franchise. Each film release seems to be a little bit more Disney. This last one had a dancing and singing scene. All I can say is I struggled. It was entertaining, probably a great film. I just found it a wee bit shite. Mostly fun, but with a hint of fresh cow's bum sprinkles, if you know what I mean. Oh, I suppose you've guessed your boy's still here. Yep. Your sis will be taking him soon. I'm just waiting to hear. I've been in contact with your dad. He seems okay. Heartbroken, of course, but all right-ish. There is other stuff that I can't really tell you on here, but it's been challenging. It's kind of funny, but no matter what happens, life just plods on as normal, almost. Lots of military conflicts that the UK involved in. Apparently we're sending 20,000. Vinny's now under the table, sitting on my foot and staring at me as if there's something I'd forgotten to do. I know not what. Any poo, I'm now going to have my breakfast. Oh yeah, it's proper cold. You wouldn't like it. I do wish you could hear your moaning about... I do wish I could hear your moaning about the weather again. That's weird. Someone's commented, I miss you too. From Luke. That's that's strange. I wonder if I've got any other comments that I've not seen. Any other comments? I mean, I didn't do a huge amount of blocks. Maybe I should start doing more. Maybe. What do you think? Maybe start doing like a regular daily one and maybe read it out when I do Let Me Bore You to Sleep, or maybe just have it completely separate. Vinny's being strange. You being a strange little monkey. You being a strange little monkey. It's nearly time for bed. It really is. So I hope this has been alright. It's been probably a bit strange. I haven't looked at the camera hardly at all, because I've been staring at this computer screen. But generally I would look at the camera. But one of the good things about me staring at the computer screen is I've become less conscious of the camera being there. So it's made it a little bit easier in a way, because it just has. It has. So there, yeah, ooh. There's a lot to do. There really is. So much. Q&A Friday, 96 bottles of water. I don't know which one I've just done. Q&A Friday. Good morning. Right, Q&A Friday. So I need to change the 99 bottles of water, which is 1418. 1418. No music, 10 hours, okay. And lastly, I need to do 1303. So go back to that, change over, duplicate, 1303. That's going to be the last one I do that I upload tonight. 1303. And I'll post that in 1303 Blackbird. That was the 13th of March, earlier in the year. So what was that? 1303. So let's see what image I've got for this one. 1303. 1303. Here we go. Blackbird. The Blackbird. Right, well that isn't what it's supposed to be. Remove. Upload 1303. Oh. That's better. An actual image. There's a picture of a blackbird being interviewed for a podcast. I don't know why. I really don't. And now I need to add the recording. I should be in downloads. Downloads 1303. Yes. Change the name and upload it. All groovy. And now I've got, I think most of the files that I'm uploading to the Google Drive will be finished by the morning. I've still got more to upload, but still quite a good amount done, which is groovy. Right, I have to check out that Dear Luke to see where it is, where the podcast is, because I don't know. Maybe put it back. Maybe start doing a regular one. Maybe I have to start doing a Dear Uncle Sausages. Anyway, I'm going to go. So thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself because you do deserve to be happy. And be gentle with yourself. You deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye. As soon as I say bye, Vinny jumps up. See you later.